Deep in the heart of a lush, vibrant jungle lived a very special little monkey. His name was Milo, and he was the most curious creature you could ever meet. Milo spent his days swinging from vine to vine, his mind always buzzing with questions, always searching for a new adventure. One morning, as the first rays of sunlight peeked through the thick canopy of leaves, Milo woke up, stretched, and blinked his eyes. He blinked again. Something was terribly wrong. Wait a minute. Where are all the colors? He whispered in surprise. The jungle, which was always a kaleidoscope of brilliant greens, dazzling flowers, and sparkling rivers, was now gray. Everything was dull, colorless, and lifeless. The emerald leaves were ash gray, the ruby red flowers were a dusty shade, and even the cheerful butterflies fluttering by had lost the sparkle on their wings. It was as if someone had washed all the color out of the world. Milo scratched his little head, his brow furrowed in confusion. This was a mystery bigger than any he had ever faced. I have to find out where the colors went, he declared to himself. With a newfound determination, he leaped into the colorless trees, his little arms and legs moving with surprising speed. He swung through the silent, gray branches, his eyes scanning every inch of the forest. It wasn't long before he spotted a familiar, droopy figure perched on a branch. It was his friend, Tara the Toucan. "Tara!" Milo called out, swinging closer. "Tara, have you seen the colors?" Tara looked up, her usually magnificent beak now a flat, boring gray. Her beautiful feathers, once a rainbow of tropical hues, were as dull as a stone. "No, Milo," she chirped sadly, her voice barely a whisper. "Without my bright feathers, I feel invisible. I feel like I'm not even me anymore. I miss my colors so much." Her sadness was so palpable it hung in the air like a heavy mist. Milo looked at his friend's downcast face and felt a surge of courage. He couldn't let his friends feel this way. He puffed out his little chest and gave her the most determined look he could muster. "Don't you worry, Tara. I promise I'll find them." With that, he waved goodbye and continued his quest, his purpose now stronger than ever. He wasn't just looking for colors, he was looking for his friend's happiness. He journeyed deeper into the jungle, past gray rocks and colorless streams, until he arrived at a large, imposing cave. This was the home of Leo the lion, the mighty king of the jungle. Milo cautiously peeked inside. He saw Leo sitting slumped against the cave wall, looking at his reflection in a puddle of water. "Leo," Milo called out softly. The great lion turned his head, and instead of his usual powerful roar, a soft, rumbling sigh escaped his lips. "Milo, look at me," Leo said, his voice heavy with sorrow. "My golden mane, it's turned gray. How can I be the king of the jungle like this? A king should be magnificent, but I'm just bland." Milo's heart ached for the proud lion. He scampered over and placed a small, comforting hand on Leo's huge paw. "Don't be sad, Leo," Milo said, his voice full of an unexpected strength. "We will bring the colors back together." At that moment, Tara the Toucan landed softly at the cave entrance, ready to join them. Seeing their small, brave faces, Leo felt a tiny spark of hope ignite within him. As the three friends stood together, wondering where to go next, Milo noticed something on the dusty ground. It was a faint, shimmering trail, like a ghostly rainbow painted on the earth. "Look!" he exclaimed, pointing. The trail shimmered with faint hints of red, blue, and yellow, a whisper of the beauty they had lost. This had to be the clue they were looking for. With Milo in the lead, the three friends began to follow the faint rainbow paths, their hearts filled with a mix of hope and anticipation. The trail led them deeper and deeper into the forest, to a part of the jungle they had never explored before. The air grew thick with a strange, magical energy. Finally, they came to a clearing, and in the center, sitting on a large, smooth rock, was a creature unlike any they had ever seen. It was a chameleon, but it was glowing, pulsating with all the colors of the rainbow. Reds, greens, blues, and yellows swirled across its skin in a breathtaking display. All the missing colors of the jungle were right there, on this one little creature. Milo, being the curious monkey he was, stepped forward cautiously. "Chroma," he called out, recognizing the magical chameleon of jungle legends. Did you take all the colors?" The chameleon, whose name was indeed Chroma, flinched. He looked at Milo, Tara, and Leo with wide, nervous eyes. He hugged himself, the colors on his skin flickering anxiously. "I'm so sorry, friends," he stammered, his voice trembling. I felt so plain and invisible. I wanted to be beautiful, to be noticed. So I borrowed the colors to make myself shine. I didn't mean to make everyone sad. I just wanted to feel special." Tara stepped forward, her gray feathers looking even sadder next to Chroma's brilliance. But her voice was full of kindness. "Oh, Chroma," she said gently, "you don't need to keep all the colors to be special. If you share them, we can all shine together. True beauty isn't about having everything for yourself." Leo nodded in agreement, his deep voice resonating with wisdom. "Yes," he rumbled, "a true jungle king and a true friend knows that beauty comes from sharing, not from keeping everything for yourself. Together, we make the jungle beautiful." Chroma looked at their kind, understanding faces. He saw the sadness in Tara's eyes and the lost pride in Leo's. He lowered his head, finally understanding. He took a deep breath, and then slowly, he breathed out a magical, shimmering mist. The rainbow mist floated out from him and spread throughout the clearing, carried by a gentle breeze. Instantly, magic filled the air. The flowers at their feet burst into vibrant reds and yellows. The wings of nearby butterflies began to sparkle with brilliant blues and oranges. Tara gasped as her feathers regained their magnificent hues, and Leo let out a joyful roar as his mane began to glow with its majestic gold once more. The jungle was alive with color again. Milo clapped his hands together, his heart soaring with joy. "The jungle is colorful again," he shouted excitedly. "Thank you, Chroma." The chameleon, now a lovely, gentle green that blended perfectly with the leaves, smiled a genuine, happy smile. "And thank you," he said softly, "for teaching me that sharing is what makes the whole world brighter." All the animals of the jungle, drawn by the return of the colors, began to cheer. And from that day on, Milo the monkey was known not just for his curiosity, but as a little hero who, with his friends, brought the colors back to the world by teaching the most important lesson of all. That true beauty is found in kindness and sharing with everyone around you. Thank you so much for joining us on this colorful adventure. If you loved Milo's story, Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more wonderful tales. We'll see you next time.